Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Automation, the car tycoon, the car manufacturing tycoon game, I think. Anyway, in the last episode, we built a pretty ridiculous crawler, and it worked surprisingly well. So, today's episode, I'm thinking we do something a little different. And I know I'm not the only one that likes cars in the chat, so I'm thinking that I let you guys decide what we're going to do today. So we've already built a crawler in the last episode, and this thing turned out to be an absolute monster. Did surprisingly well, even though it only got about halfway through the, the most ridiculous crawler course on the internet in BeamNG. But yeah, we're going to do something a little bit different today. What up, Mundane? How's it going? Support Artist, how's it going? Jessica, good to see you. Kevin, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. So what are you guys thinking? What should we do today? Like, I do want to design a new car. Like, what should we design? You were watching a stream I did a year ago, and it's funny because you didn't know me then. I mean, yeah, it's been a while. I've been streaming. I haven't been streaming that long, only a couple of years of streaming, but I've been doing YouTube for 7 years, going on 8, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So what should we do? What kind of vehicle should we build, guys? We could also set up like we could go like old school, like last 20 years, and see what they got in terms of filters. Okay, if we go any year, I forgot we can actually change this. So like we can go all the way back to the 1940s. The 1950s. I ain't gonna lie, this old pickup truck kind of looking pretty sick. Can we put a tiny engine in a huge car? You can absolutely do that in this game. You can absolutely do that. I ain't gonna lie, this truck kind of called my name here. What do you guys think? There's a lot of different cars to go through. We already did sort of a Jeep, so we don't really want to do that this time. These old school like European like Jaguar looking cars are calling out. Ooh, but these are kind of looking kind of slick too. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie, some of these look. Ooh, that's clean. Maybe we go with old school wagon. I mean, that thing just screams chrome though, don't it? A truck, please. A drag truck or a tractor because something else. Yeah, I don't think we have tractors in the game. I don't think. I have a lot of mods installed, but I don't think tractor bodies are one of them. All right, that truck is kind of screaming my name, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't built an old school truck like this, so let's go ahead and do it. It's gonna be 1956 as well, so that's gonna limit what we can do with it, but yeah, don't mind this. This is like a clay texture, like we're in the thing designing it out of clay at the moment. So let's see what we can do. Obviously, it's a truck. It's going to be made out of steel. Look at that. What kind of chassis should we be running? I mean, it would probably be a space frame, right? Like I would imagine either that or a ladder chassis. Probably, nah, it'd probably be a ladder chassis. Yeah, that seems about right. Old school ladder chassis. Too bad Monty's not in the chat. This would be the one time that I actually look forward to having Monty in the chat. Somebody quick, get him in here. What up, Thor? How's it going? We could try to make like a drag truck out of this old school thing. All right, so if we go with a ladder truck or a ladder chassis, It's going to be steel as well. Or do we go galvanized steel? I think just regular steel would probably be fine for the 50s. Engine placement's going to be front longitudinal. Going to have a big old engine up front. Oh, I didn't choose our suspension. I mean, in fairness, it's 1950s. This is probably going to be solid axle coil in the front with leaf springs in the back. Like, I would assume that this is be what we're looking at. You know, just a thought. Why are we front-wheel drive? we are currently front-wheel drive. I don't like this. We're going to have to change that. We're going to go with a new engine. New project. 50s truck. Create. All right, so now we got to come up with an engine. So I think most of the engine is going to be made out of cast iron. Let's be real. I don't think there's going to be much luck outside of that, but we'll see what we can do. Why are we here? Ah, here we go. Wait, mouse over to see why it's locked. New project. Create an engine. Oh, there we go. It just didn't want to do it for me. Okay, so what kind of engine should we be doing? I figure we're probably going to be doing a V8, right? Like, that seems to be the most obvious choice. What up, Skillator? How's it going? Jacob? Thor? I think I already called Thor. Glad to see. Yeah, I love this game. This game allows you to, like, legitimately design and build your own cars and engines and then transfer them into BeamNG and see how they actually work out. I truly enjoy it. We'll get to changing the rims and stuff down the line. Like, that comes after we design the engine. So I figure we got to try either an inline 6-cylinder or a V8. Now the question becomes, do we want a 90-degree offset V8 or do we want a 60-degree offset V8? Now this is where somebody needs to get Monty in the chat like stat. Because I don't know all that much when it comes to engine building. But I would assume that the 90-degree offset V8 is the correct one. I can't remember, man. I can't remember. I need to go back to engine building school for the first time. All right, let's throw a V8 on here. I mean, that looks like it's correct. I mean, that looks like a 90-degree. If we go with a 60-degree V8, you can see definitely, you know, a big difference. I think it's a 90-degree V8. That makes the most sense, right? Block material definitely going to be cast iron. I mean, this is the 50s, for God's sakes. Pretty much everything's going to be cast iron. Head and valves would likely be push rod, but we could go with a more advanced, like direct acting overhead cam. I mean, you wouldn't see a dual overhead cam in the 50s, right? Like that's very advanced for the 50s. Like, you could potentially see like a direct acting cam for sure. Or you could do just a regular overhead cam. And we could do 4 valves per cylinder, which would be extremely advanced for the time. Like a straight up overhead cam would be very advanced for the time. I think we go with it. I think we go with a regular overhead cam. Head material, again, is going to be cast iron because everything was cast iron back then, pretty much. Let's just go. What size? Oh, did we not set up the? Yeah. So right now we've got a 4-liter. That ain't gonna cut it. This is America. All right. We gotta build big engines, fire-breathing V8s. This is a 4-liter, so we need at least a 5-liter, at least, right? What is our goal here? Should we want a high revving V8 or a big old fat bore V8? Like, we could go with a higher revving V8, which would be to drop the stroke down, or make the engine not square by increasing the bore size and leaving the stroke at a lower lower amount. I think we go for something kind of stupid. I think we go for something like a 7-liter. What do you guys think? Like a 7-liter big old fat big block? Might take a minute. She's gonna be a thick block, okay? She's getting bigger. All right, so I think everything that we get there, we do want some torque, right? Like we do want some torque, so we definitely want to increase the stroke here. It is a big V8, and it is going to be a truck motor, so we definitely want some low end torque. So we definitely want to increase that stroke. So the rest of this will be increasing the stroke to get to that 7 liters. 6,600 cc's. 7, 8, 9, 7 liters. All right, so we're actually basically square at this point. I think I want more of a stroker engine, so I think I want to increase the stroke some more. We're going to go with an 8.1 liter. Okay, that might be a little excessive. Let's just go with an 8 liter. 8 liter V8. There we go. 8 liter V8 stroker engine. So we're going to have that low end torque that we need for pulling and hauling. The crank is probably, I mean, we could go with a forged steel crank because we are expecting a lot of torque here. So I don't know if we go forged steel heavy. I think we just go with a forged crank, just a straight forged crank, which would be absurd for the years. It's probably going to be a bit much, but we'll go with it. What up, Sean? How's it going? If I had a PlayStation, would I buy Helldivers 2? I don't have PlayStation, but I do have Helldivers 2. I own it on PC, actually. I did a short little test stream on it just to see what it was about. And turns out I suck at it, at least using the controller. So if I were to play that game, I would have to play with like keyboard and mouse. And that's a whole new ball game that I just am not looking forward to at the moment. What up, Lucas? We are playing this game right now. Is currently Automation, the car designing tycoon game or whatever you call it. It's got a huge name. Most people just call it Automation. It's a PC game on Steam where you get to design and build your own cars, and then it has a nifty little feature where I can export the car at the end, and we go into BeamNG Drive, which is a separate game, and we can actually play with the designed vehicle in BeamNG. So we'll see what we can do here. Conrods probably would be just like, I mean, if we got forged pistons or forged crank, we should probably have forged conrods and forged pistons because we are going to get a lot. Now, obviously, a harmonic dampener would be probably a good idea. So let's go with like a 10-pound dampener probably is plenty. Compression-wise, I don't know what we're going to be able to get with in terms of fuel. So 9.6 to 1 is probably plenty of compression. Cam profile, this is going to be a streetable truck, but I do want it to have a bit of an aggressive cam. So we're going to go with like a, let's go 69. Nice. It's not going to be the highest revving engine in the world, so probably don't need ridiculous springs in terms of valve springs, because we're not going to be able to get that much revs out of it anyway, so we'll leave that where it is. What is our RPM limit? 6,200 is probably right about what you would expect out of an old big engine like this. So we'll see where that goes. It might explode on us the first time we start it, but we'll find out. It is going to be naturally aspirated, so we don't have to worry about that. It's not like they had turbos back then. Fuel system would be a carburetor, but what kind of, we're going to go with 4-barrel. Just a regular 4-barrel carb. Could go with dual 4s, but I think we just go with a single 4-barrel carb. Nothing too crazy. We can adjust the size later on. In terms of intake manifold, like we got the compact. Okay, that kind of, no. Ooh, I like how that one looks, I ain't gonna lie. Everything looks all fancy. And then race. Yeah, race is a little much. All right, I think we go with this one here. Because it gives us the old school breather on top. And again, we can change everything as we need to for more flow and stuff later on. For fuel, I guess it says we're allowed to use 98 octane, which seems a little ridiculous. I guess we go with... Oh, because it's leaded fuel. I was like, wait, I don't know anything about leaded fuel, to be honest. Let's just go with leaded regular. We'll leave the ignition timing where it is at the moment. We'll leave the fuel map where it is at the moment. Again, this is all stuff we can tune once we get everything else set up. What up, Tuna? Build an LS. We're in 1956, Jason. We're in 1956. Can't really build the LS. We're building an old school truck, man. You should totally invite Monty into chat. What up, Ghost? How's it going? Yeah, we're last episode we built a like crawler Jeep, and it ended up being actually really good for what it was. I've watched other people play that map since I played, and they did really badly until they got the crawler, like until they actually got a crawler. We got almost halfway through the map with a automation build. I was pretty impressed by it. And then we switched to the crawler and ended up beating it with some struggles. But headers wise, I mean, this would probably from the factory come with like cast headers. But I think I'm going to go with like a tubular header. Tubular mid seems like a perfect little thing. Nothing too crazy. Dual exhaust for sure for a V8. Header size, exhaust size 2 inches, probably not enough here, so we want to go with like a 3-inch exhaust. I think that's plenty. It's a naturally aspirated engine, so we don't want to go too crazy with the exhaust, but no mufflers. We're just straight piping the bitch, and she exploded. Shocker. Yeah, we're over revving the engine, which is what I kind of figured. So let's go back to set our revs. Remember, she has a stroker motor, so I kind of figured the RPMs wouldn't be quite up to that level. I definitely feel like we're getting kind of screwed in terms of the like RPMs though. Like it's saying 3,000 RPMs. I feel like that's a little low. I think we go back to, sorry, let's go forward a little bit. We've got forged heavy pistons. Probably don't want that, right? The pistons are actually fine. It's the conrods and the crank that are the problem. We got a forged crank and a forged conrods. Could go with like forged light conrods. Probably help. Ah, but the stress is now too high for it. It needs the forged conrods. Okay, well then can we just crank this up a little bit? I'm just going to increase the quality until we get green lights. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. Okay, so RPM limit currently 3,400. I'm going to go with a 4,000 or 3,800. And then I'm going to bump the quality up just a little bit more on the bottom end here. Okay, so max quality, it says 3,500. I guess we could probably get away with that. Let's drop this down just a little bit. That's fine. That's probably fine. I mean, we're still building power. The problem is, like, we're building power. We're starting to level out on torque at the top end. But we're still just exploding on power. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to get more power here. So, what we could potentially be doing, we could drop the stroke of the engine down a little bit. Let's drop the stroke down just a little bit. which is going to lower our overall torque. Go with a 4.5-inch stroke and see what that does for our conrod situation. Now it can hold 3,700 RPMs, which allows us to get a little bit more out of it. We still have, we have not peaked out on power yet. Like, we're just soaring through the power. Where does the power stop? Look at it. Okay, it's starting to level off there. Obviously, we're blowing up the engine at this point, or very, very much hurting the engine because we're over revving the bottom end. But like, I want better conrods, man. This is a bit ridiculous. The crank as well. Like, I find it hard to believe that our crank is struggling, and so are our conrods. Like, 3,700 RPM. I mean, she big, I get that. Like, she a big engine. All right, let's drop this down a little bit more on the stroke. Get rid of the flow. I'm looking for the stress. I want to get to a point where this is okay. Why do I have a feeling it's going to be around that 7-liter mark? Which is kind of what I thought anyway. All right, we're going to stop there. It's going to reduce our reliability a little bit, but it's not crazy. It's not crazy. We have a much better looking. We do start to like level out up here at the top, so I feel like this is a much better curve and power line here. When do we get that Elite 43 cookbook? Most of the stuff that you see that I post is actually from HelloFresh lately. I have to cook it up, but like they give you step-by-step instructions, and so I can't lie, it's kind of nice. All right. So it wants us to be around 4,100 RPMs. We're less than 20% reduction in reliability, so I think we'll be okay there. This is our reliability. We got a reliability score of 38.2. That's not ideal. I think this looks a little better. 44 now, minus 6%. It's under 10%. Okay, naturally aspirated. All that should be fine. In terms of like painting everything, we don't really have anything there, so we could paint the block. I don't really think I want to paint. God dang it. I don't think I really want to paint the block, but I definitely wouldn't mind painting the valve covers. Could paint them with a little bit of aluminum. Let's make it like... what would be a good color for aluminum? Could go with black, to be honest. Just go with like a black aluminum valve cover. It's not bad. Let's change the hue here. Could go with red. Of course, let's be honest. They didn't really have anodizing back then, so this would just be paint. Come to think of it. Or we just could go, like, chrome. Chrome is an option. Ooh, we could do the red chrome. Let's reset to paint. Now click chrome. Yeah, let's go with the chrome. Just chrome valve covers for no reason. Stock truck. What up, Richard? Yeah, I just like I said, with a controller, it's so hard to aim in that game. Like it just does not work very well on a controller. I'm bad. Like we all know that. Like I'm just not good at the game. Yeah, it should be fine. I don't need to paint everything else. Should be okay. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next part. So, let's hear what this thing sounds like. She sounds kind of nasty. I mean, it legitimately can't rev, but for what it is, like it's not bad. You're looking at 382 pound-feet of torque, 312 horsepower. It's not a bad engine, man. Not a bad engine. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more out of her, though. I think we can, because we haven't done anything yet. Let's look at the flow of the engine. So carburetor definitely needs adjusted. Everything else looks fine. So headers could be a bit. That's under 100%. So headers are fine. Carburetor's the biggest thing. So let's increase the size of the carburetor. I mean, we could just go straight for a twin 4. Just throw a twin 4 on there. That takes care of the carb issue. Is it needed? Probably not. It's probably a bit excessive for a stock truck. Let's go with that. Let's just increase the size of the carb. See what we can get away with. Single bigger carb. All right, so we got a bit bigger carburetor. It did say that we need now, our intake manifold needs to be a bit bigger. So let's get a little bit more flow there. Take it down to like 95%. Same for the carb. Let's get it down to like 95%. Dude, we are right on the edge of 400 foot-pounds of torque plus 325 horsepower. Not bad. All right, we could add a little bit of timing if it likes it, and it seems to be. Okay, we're up over 400 pound-feet of torque. Like, is it? What if we go all the way? .405 to 331. Yeah. So it likes the timing, even if it's not big jumps. Let's drop the timing down to like 3. I don't think we need to go too crazy. We can also increase the compression. Actually, compression was hurting it a little bit there. Yeah. Okay, it does not like more compression. What about springs? No, not really. Okay. Cam is fine. RPM is about as where we're going to get it. We could increase fuel. Probably don't need to. That seems to be about as good as we're going to get fuel-wise. Exhaust is fine. We could actually reduce the size of the exhaust a little bit, potentially. with like a 2-inch exhaust. It's 410 pound-feet of torque. All right, let's listen to this thing now. I don't like the popping from the timing, I ain't gonna lie. The timing is driving me crazy. Let's reduce the timing a little bit further. I hate the popping sound. Still popping. Surely at 1 degree it's not going to be popping and crackling, right? No, it still is. Watch it not even be the timing that's causing it. But it wasn't popping and cracking a minute ago, so it's got to be the timing, right? Has to be. That's not the timing. It's still popping and cracking. I don't know. I think we just go back to the timing then. Screw it. If it's not the popping and crackling, or it's not the timing that's causing it, this gets us our maximum torque and horsepower numbers. We're not knocking. We are stressing the conrods a little bit, so that might be what's causing the thing. But I don't want to drop our RPMs any. I'd actually like to go a little bit higher on the RPMs, to be perfectly frank. Okay, torque's starting to fall off there. We're starting to round over on the top. So that gives us 4,600 RPMs. Again, reliability not the greatest right now. I like it. I mean, this is 1956. There wasn't a V6 back in 1956 that was putting out this kind of power. Yes, modern day engines can absolutely do that. I mean, let's be honest. A Subaru WRX STI puts out 310 foot-pound or 310 horsepower in its 4-cylinder. So yes, I understand this is not a lot of horsepower and torque, but it's also 1956. There's only so much we can do. We could absolutely go for broke here, but I'm kind of trying to build like an actual engine. But I think it sounds and works pretty well. Let's go on to the next. I mean, 4,600 RPM, 7-liter V8 from 1956 on a truck. It is a truck. Let's see what we can build in this thing, shall we? We got different bodies we could choose from too, but I kind of just like the regular old pickup truck here. We could actually try to like mess with it a little bit. If we go here, or no, it's not that. What is the button that allows me? Oh, it's this one. So we could pull out the fenders a little bit. Nothing's crazy. I won't go too crazy, but adding a little bit of a fender flare never hurt nobody. There we go. You know, just a little bit of a bulge. Don't need anything crazy. What is this? There's a body liner right here. What are you doing? Oh! Oh my God, you can sink it in. I don't know if I like it, but I don't hate it either. What the hell? Dude, that's some craziness. All right, let's... I don't know, guys. Do we go for it? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We can kind of do something maybe a little different with the rear end here for the taillights with that. Damn. You like it too? You need better fuel? Yeah, I mean, if we go back, hold that thought. You do bring up a good point. It doesn't say that the engine is knocking, right? Like it just the only thing it's showing is like we're running regular unleaded. We could jump up and run super unleaded or super leaded, sorry. See if that gets rid of the popping and crackling. No, it doesn't. I think we go back to the regular then. I don't think we're running out of. I don't think we're running out of octane. Like, this is engine efficiency. Our engine efficiency is awful, as you'd expect. There's usually one here for like the actual octane usage. But I don't see it. All right, let's get back in designing our truck here. I like this body line. I ain't gonna lie. I do like it. It's different. It's different. I like it. Okay, so is there anything else that we can do with this thing in terms of body molding? I mean, I don't really want to necessarily change the front. Could make, oh, that's ugly. No. I think we stick that where it's at. Could make it a bit more of a longer bed. Or do we just go with like a short bed? I think a longer bed is better. Maybe not that long though. Let's go with something like that. You know, just a decent sized bed. I mean, it is supposed to be a truck, you know? Everybody likes short beds though, right? Like, everybody does. But just got a little bit longer bed. What can we do with the roof though? This is usually where things can get interesting. We could pull the roof line back a little bit, which I don't hate. Definitely not. I think something like that. And then what can we do here? Ooh, we can chop the top a little bit. Hold that thought. I mean, this is going to sacrifice some headroom, but I think we can all agree might not be for the worst. I'll be honest, the chopped top is good, but I think it's a little excessive, so maybe just pull it up just a little bit. Okay, so let's just go something like that. Not all the way down. But not bad. We'll take it. It's a dent side Ford from the 50s. I mean, it basically does look like an old school Ford at this point. You're not wrong. Alright, let's move on from the body molding. Paint-wise, I mean, I don't know what color we should go. Could go with like a white. That is not white at all. It's like silver. Cancel. Could go black. Okay. This should also be black. I don't hate having this like pinstripe down the side in red. I know it's not, it is literally just a glitch, but I don't hate it. Like, it's not supposed to be there. It's just a part of this being bent in, so the game didn't paint that part. But I don't hate it. It's a little too much black, though. What if we go with, like, a, This is not the way I was anticipating. Flake. Let's go no flake. Ah, there we go. Now we're talking. There's the cream. It's a little bit too bright, though. What if we drop the shine down to a little bit? She doesn't look bad in blue. That orange looks pretty good, though. It's a little too dark. I don't know. I think the black. The black hides its body lines, though. That's the one thing I don't like about it. Like, it just kind of hides that body line. Alright, let's go with that. That's fine. I don't know why that's sticking through, to be perfectly honest, but either way. I'm assuming it's part of... We haven't really set up our suspension and stuff yet, so that might have something to do with it. Let's go ahead and do the like gearing and everything. It's gonna be four-wheel drive, cause work truck, manual, 4-speed. 136 is probably perfectly fine for a top speed, even though I doubt that this truck would make it that high. Let's set it a little bit more where you'd expect it. Maybe 116. Should be manual lockers. I figure this would probably be a cross-ply tire, right? Like, am I crazy? Or would it be a radial? I guess radials probably existed in the 50s. We'd go with an off-road tire or an all-terrain tire. Probably all-terrain. Could go utility. Utility probably work for this. In terms of tire sizes, I mean, probably just maxing the tire sizes out here with a 245. We could do a bit of an offset to kind of push the wheels out a little bit. There we go. It's not too bad. Still inside the fender. Rim size, 15-inch rims seems kind of big for the year, but we'll go with it. In terms of the overall tire diameter, probably would be like a 30. 30 seems okay. Be a steel rim, nothing crazy there. I feel like a 15-inch rim would be awful big for the year. Front brakes, we're going to go with solid disc brakes in the front because, you know, crazy. And then we'll make them as big as possible. In the rear, we're going to have the drums, obviously. Make them as big as possible as well. Pad type, we'll go for a little bit more of an aggressive pad so that we have some stopping power when we need it. Go with like 69. We'll have an off-road skid tray just because we can. Take that back. We're not going to have a skid tray. No skid tray. It's fine. This would have a bench seat, 100%. So we're going to go with a full-on 3-seat bench on the for the seating. Interior probably be just a basic interior, but we'll go with standard. Phonograph? It's a phonograph in the 50s? Really? Did they not have like AM, FM radio? Oh, they did. I was going to say, they should have AM radio. Let's go standard AM radio. Phonograph. The hell are they going to put a phonograph in a truck for? Come on now. Steering would probably be a manual rack and pinion, I would imagine. Would they have hydraulic steering in the 50s? I don't think so. I think it'd be a manual rack in the 50s. Standard 50 safety. Not going to worry about optimizing the weight. Springs should be standard springs, twin tubes. Set it up for utility, I guess, would be the closest thing. I mean, it is a truck. It should be utility, right? Car's weight and lack of power steering significantly reduces its drivability and comfort. Yeah. The brakes are suffering from severe brake fade. Yeah, we're going to have to work on that too. Okay, so we've got a few things that we want to work on. She's a big girl, we know that. So try to give us a little bit of something. Brake problems are a thing. I guess we go with a little bit more aggressive pads to adjust the brakes. I don't want to go too crazy with the brakes. As long as we're not suffering from brake fade, it will be fine. They still are. They still are. Okay, let's do that. It's like 60 in the back. Should be fine. Increase brake force at the front. I don't see any more. Oh, no, they still are. It's a red severe brake fade. Like, if I just max out the pad type, do we get rid of that? I guess we do. Still suffering from brake fade, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it because we can only go so big with the brakes. What else we got? Gearbox reliability is low due to excessive torque. Most of these are just normal things I'm not too worried about. Short gearing is reducing the top speed of the truck. Yeah, but how much gearing would you have in this thing? Like, it's a truck. Let's go for like 120. 0 to 60 is 10.5 seconds. What's our wheel speed or wheel spin looking like? This is our steering, suspension, fuel efficiency. It's awful. What up, Chaz? How's it going? All right. Well, I don't think it's traction test. It doesn't have traction, or at least doesn't have a good amount of traction anyway. I think we're okay. I think it's time to go and set this thing up. Now that we've got all the suspension and stuff in place. I still don't like how it like clips through back here. I ain't gonna lie. Why does it clip through so much? Is that the fuel tank? It's got to be the fuel tank, right? Yeah, I don't like that at all. Can we raise up the suspension? Will that help? Doesn't appear to be helping. Does not appear to be helping. Okay, let's do some fixtures on this thing, shall we? So first thing we're going to need is headlights. This thing would probably have either some sort of like square headlight or round headlights. So let's see what we can find. Kind of like the odds of like something blacked out. I don't think that it necessarily fits with the body line. Yeah, it doesn't really fit with the body line, does it? It's not bad, but let's see if we can find something better. Really is hard to do older vehicles because, like, I know what I'm looking at, but I don't really see anything that I really want. And with modern lights looking so much better, but they would not work on old vehicles at all. I mean, we could do the same thing, but like out here. Or we could just go with like something like this. That'd be pretty modern for the 50s, let's be honest. That would not be a 50s light at all. Yeah, I think we're kind of stuck. Hmm. All right. That's not too bad. I'm so bad at the designing stuff. Like I can come up with an engine. I can like pick a cool body. When it comes to like actually putting fixtures on a vehicle, I am terrible at it. All right, let's try getting a grill in here and see what we can do in terms of grills. I feel like it would be something like this. All right. Now, if we take this and move these forward, there we go. That's not too bad. I don't like how that sticks out though. There we go. That works. Get that as close to even as we can. All right. Can we get a bumper on the front? What kind of bumpers are we looking at? I mean, it would probably be an old school bumper. Something like that. All right. I feel like there's something missing right here. What on earth would it be, though? Like, we could put another grill in here. Like, the grill that we just used. I don't know if that would work for this, but we'll try it. So if we put this here, we just increase the size. Right there. That's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Get a nice little bit of the chrome there. Yeah, it's definitely not my best, but it's not the worst. All right, let's do side mirrors, door handles, and all that. Do. Where are you, mirrors? There you are. Where are the old school? Ah, here we go. Some old school squares. Don't know why, but they're always in the wrong position. So let's go ahead and make them a bit bigger. There we go. That's not bad. Need some side lights on the front. Since when? This is America. We've got built-in turn signals here. America's not really known for putting turn signals out on the fenders. That's more of a European thing. Honestly, these headlights don't even really fit with the theme of the truck. Like, if it's going to be American, like, we would have a separate blinker. You'd have probably the two lights, and then you'd have a turn signal down underneath it. Or on the inside. Like, these would probably be closer to these. If we were going to do it. Rather than having the turn signal built in, we would just have these lights like this. They would be brought forward. And then, like I said, there would be a turn signal underneath them. Kind of want to bring that up just a little bit more. Something like that. And then in terms of indicators, it would have just like a standard like amber indicator underneath it, most likely. Part of the grill. Something like that. Of course, the indicators would likely be on top of the grill, so like we would bring those forward as well. That being said, I kind of like the idea of them being behind the grill. Yeah, I don't hate that. Leave that as is. Anyway, back to the... Okay, we already did the mirrors. The mirrors look fine. Door handles. Be old school door handles. Probably something like this. And it would be probably right here. All right, now we got to do windshield wipers. Are they not here? Let's see, that'd be 3D bumper bars, plates. I've never done an interior on a vehicle before. We might try to do that today. See what we can get away with. That's tow bars. Well, we definitely got to have a tow hitch. But we haven't even put a rear bumper yet, so we're getting ahead of ourselves. Miscellaneous fixtures. Where are my freaking... Oh, there they are. There's the wipers. And it would be these classic wipers. You don't need anything crazy here. So it'd be something like this. And then we mirror it. That's not exactly how windshield wipers work. Okay, turn the mirror off. Okay. Can we copy it? Clone fixture in place. That's the word. So move that one over. Okay. We'll rotate it up a little bit. God dang it, game. Bring it down about there. Rotate it up just a little bit. All right. So we got our wipers. We'll pretend that this goes all the way over, but it probably wouldn't. Okay, what else do we need? We need fuel cap. Let's get a fuel cap. It'd be old school fuel cap. Probably be more like this, but this wouldn't be necessarily out of the realm of possibility. But I feel like old school would be like something like this. Definitely be driver's side, probably just in front of the rear wheel. So probably somewhere in there. It's probably exactly where it'd be actually, so that'll work. She's coming together, guys! Slowly but surely, she's coming together. The one thing I would like to do is some chrome around these fender. For sure. Alright, let's try to get the rear done here. Because I always forget about, or I always screw this part up. So in the front we had some round lights, but they were in a square header. We've got a lot of square going on up here. So probably going to do something similar in the back. Though this particular area kind of looks like it'd be a round light for sure. See what we can do for tail lights. Like something like this would be perfectly acceptable up here. Problem is, it ends up getting swallowed up by the tailgate. Okay, there we go. And then I figure it's got that round one there, but it would also have something here most likely. So maybe we do more of a something like this probably. Rotate it around. Yeah, that's not that bad. Let's try to rotate it in just a little bit here. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. Just kind of want to give it a little bit of a tilt. There we go. That looks like something out of the 50s. All right, now we need a rear bumper. I think we used this one, so we would want to have probably just be a standard like rear, old school rear bumper, something like this. I feel like it would be a lot more thick. It would also be a wraparound bumper most likely, but I can't seem to get this to wrap around. That's fine. Can we make this a little bit thicker up here? Oh, we totally can. Okay. Let's bring the thickness of this out just a little bit, please. There we go. That's better. All right. Is there like a corner that we can do on these? I think we're something like this might actually work. It's not. It's not going to work at all. Never mind. Never mind. Put a 454 on the floor. Full house with a blower. Hey, for 1956, she's going to be a beast. You can believe that. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. I think we need to do something in here. So we definitely got to put our tow hitch on. We got to put our exhaust on. Let's go ahead and do the tow hitch now. Let's go ahead and make her a little bit longer. Let's move it down a little bit. And then it would stick out just a little bit further. All right. I think I kind of goofed this one up. Let's delete that real quick. Put this back on here. Okay. And now let's make it 3D. Let's pull it out. And then drop it down a little bit. There we go. Muffler tips. I mean, it would just have like a normal curve down, I would assume. Nothing crazy. I don't want a twin tip. I just want like a curved down exhaust tip. Or just a standard exhaust exit, I guess, would be something else that might work. They really don't have a lot when it comes to exits. All right, let's go with 3D. Let's pull it out. There we go. We'll pretend that there's like cutouts in the bumper for these exhausts. It's a lot of chrome. I still want. Is there a way? Do I have like fender liners? Like if I could do like a fender liner or a fender like trim piece that's chrome, I think it would look really, really good. But the problem is, I don't think there really is. We also need to put it in, or we need to put a license plate on here as well. And I did install a new mod so that I have potential for other plates. Why don't they have Ohio? You bastards. Well, that's annoying. Where's my Ohio? Whole reason I did this was to get, like, an Ohio plate. Screw it. I guess we go with, a Michigan plate then. Let's move it up. Kind of worried about it blocking the tailgate. Close enough. Close enough. Let's see if we can't make something into, something we can get away with here. It should be chrome. It's not really the right angle, is it? Ah, heck with it. I don't think there's an easy way to do it. I'd have to sit here all day to, like, put little pieces together to make the chrome piece. Is there anything else? Like, is there, like, running boards or anything? Rock sliders? No. Roof racks? No. Running board steps. There we go. Oh my god, it's actually got it. Holy shit. Holy shit, it's actually got a running board. Is there a better running board? Let's keep an eye out. Maybe there's a better running board somewhere. So that's running board step. I mean, that'll work. Oh, it didn't mirror. You bastard. Mirror! Nope, that's the wrong button. Mirror. Thank you. Alright. Only thing it's missing is an antenna. Let's go ahead and try to find an antenna now. Classic fixed upright antenna. Alright, swap that. Let's make it 3D, please. I think this is the one we're looking for. Now it looks like it's tilted towards the front. So let's tilt it back just a little bit. That's better. It is chrome, so we're good there. All right. The only thing that I can think of that we would be missing would be like those amber lights on the roof. Oh, we didn't put a cargo light either. We should try to find a cargo light. All right, so let's look for more lights. See if we can find like just like a square cargo light. Something like this would probably work. All right, let's hit this button, shrink it down a little bit. It is meant to be a cargo light. Okay. Make it as thin as possible. There we go. So we've got our cargo light. Now, can we find some like amber roof lights? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Like I said, I've never actually done like an interior. What up, Lori? RC Mark, how's it going? What up, Gazpacho? How's it going? Appreciate you guys dropping in. Sorry if I don't get a chance to talk to you guys as much in this, because I tend to be focused on what I'm doing. We also need to change the rims. Kind of like these ones, to be honest. Feel like that'd be plenty fine for 50s. Okay. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? So we've got an antenna, we've got wipers, we got mirrors, we got running boards, we've got door handles, gas tank, we've done the front, we've done the rear. We've done exhaust, we've done tow bars. I think that's probably about it. Everything else should be done. I mean, we could go back and put power steering on this thing. Go with like a hydraulic power steering. Forget where it's at. Hydraulic ball. That would help quite a bit in terms of drivability. All right, well, I think it's time that we finish this thing up. What do we call this thing? It's got a lot of potential problems, but overall, I think it'll be a solid truck. What do we call this? The Gladiator. Sounds like a good name for a truck. Save it. And export. Yeah, the cab marker lights, yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have them. But this should be fine. It's not a bad looking truck, man. I still think we probably should have done something with the tailgate. Maybe put like, wait, go back. I got an idea. I've got an idea of something we can do with the tail. Fixtures, letters, tailgate. Let's go with regular letters. That'd be a G. Nope, doesn't work. I'd have to do it one letter at a time. One letter at a time. All right. This will be an L. A. D. Crap. I. A. T. O. R. Now I just gotta like set these all up to where they actually fit. Try to get the spacing decent. I need to move them over a little bit. This needs to be over about there. Wish there was a way to like link all the letters together to make it easier to place them. There really isn't an easy way to do this. Just eyeballing it. The I is the middle of the word, so let's just space everything off of the I. That makes sense. That makes sense. We can put the I in the middle and then just kind of space everything out based on the I. Doesn't have to be perfect, just got to get it close. It's close. I'll be honest. I think I'd rather have it without the letters because it's just too hard to get the letters to, like, be together. Yeah, screw it. I think we're done with it. Let's get rid of it. I'd rather have nothing there at all than to have that like that. All right, fair enough. Let's go take this into BeamNG, shall we? What about small font above the word, the saying "The Gladiator"? I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. All right, export. All right, now it's time for me to get my controller set up here. Give me a second. We want BeamNG. Go in here. There we go. You guys should already be switched over to the BeamNG. All right. First and foremost, let's just take it out for a little bit of a drive around the Freedom Factory. All right. Manage. Select a car. Gladiator. Replace current. Well, the textures didn't quite load in. Like, it looks white instead of chrome for some reason. She sounds like she's gonna be a beast, though. All right, I need to go Q. There we go. What up, Aaron Ball? There we go. Bradenton Motorsports Park drag strip. was a mistake. A 14.6 at 92 miles an hour is what we ended up running. That's not bad for a 1950s pickup truck. That's not bad. It likes to lock up the brakes, though, I'll give it that. It sounds amazing. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Are you guys hearing how good this thing sounds? Whoops. Coming in hot. That's a fence. I just crashed into the fence. Oh yeah, I forgot. We go to the track down here on the end anyway. Oh God. Mistakes were made. Oh, she don't like the turn. Oh no. Ah, man. My poor truck. My poor truck. All right, let's reset it real quick. Let's set this as our home. There we go. Now we've reset. All right, we got this nice little burnout pad. Let's see what we can do. Oh, the wheel hop is real. Oh, and then third gear is just too much. Don't go into Cleater's grass. It does not like to do a donut. Are we in four-wheel drive? All right. We were in four-wheel drive. That might have something to do with it. Oh, now we're talking. Still does not like to really kick the rear around. I killed it. I killed it. All right, start the engine. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine. That's the wrong button. I forget how to start it. All right, I got an idea. What if we go in here and we find a trailer. Like this one. Standard. Spawn new. Alright, now how do I switch tab? We're gonna see if she can pull a trailer. Too far. All right. If we pause there, and then I hit this, couplers. Let's couple, attach all. There we go. We should now have a trailer attached. I can tell you this right now, she's not struggling to pull this trailer at all. I'm still in two-wheel drive mode, by the way. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, I think we need four-wheel drive again. Not gonna lie, she is squatting the back of the truck down a little bit. Let's go back into four-wheel drive. Oh, God. All right, when I say she wasn't struggling to pull it, I wasn't lying. She does struggle, however, to turn with the trailer. At least when you're doing 60 miles an hour going into a banked corner. Which happens every day on the interstate, right? Oh, God. Oh, I think we may have broken something at the front. I don't know if you guys see it or not. But there is definitely something wrong with the front axle. But that's not bad. That's not a bad little truck. Let's change maps. Let's go up to let's go to the car jump arena. Put a supercharger on it, needs more power. I mean, it's not bad for 1956. All right, let's swap it back into our... There we go, boys. Giving her all she's got. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Well, that could have been a lot worse. It looks like we're going to end up in the pool. Landed it. Not bad. I mean, it doesn't fly the greatest. I'll tell you what. I really want to go and find out what happens. That is not what I was looking for. Try that again, shall we? Okay. That I should be able to work with. We did it, boys! Here we go! I can't see a single thing, a single way that this could go wrong. Doing 123 miles an hour with a camper on the back. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, that was not nearly as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I think we lived that. Throw in the rooster tails. Let's go. No problem. Let's go low. Turns out, this thing kind of a pain in the neck. There we go. See how high we get up now. Not very high. This four-wheel drive sucks. Oh, it's because we're not locking the diffs. Let's try it again, shall we? Ah, there we go. Much better. Dude, BeamNG has the best physics engine in the world. Like, it's not even close. Go, little truck, go! Get it! You got this! Okay, maybe you don't. Hey, that's not bad, though. That's not bad. All right, we got up to the 400-meter mark. Almost. Now, that's a significant hill climb with a trailer. All right. Let's go ahead and detach. Fun thing is, I probably won't be able to get that high again. Now that we took the weight off the rear tires, I wonder if it can get up there. I mean, we beat the 400-meter mark. Wait. Oh, it's because, yeah. Wait, what? I wonder if we've got some sort of suspension damage. I mean, we did jump it with a trailer off the ski lift. We have not repaired it, and we've been kind of like going up the hill. But it is very much favoring spinning that left rear. Little one wheel peel action. All right, let's try going home real quick. Once we get up to speed, I'm actually going to shift into neutral. Well, I thought I was. It won't let me. It won't let me shift into neutral at speed. All right, maybe, hold that thought, maybe we get it up to the edge and we just put it in neutral. All right, here we go. Neutral, baby. How fast can we go in neutral? Not actually faster than we would have gotten normally, which is surprising. I would have thought we would have got faster. Thought this was Roblox. I have never played Roblox. Alright, let's go home. Let's switch vehicles, delete that. Let's change to some other car. Let's go with 423 Marshall. So quiet. It's fast. Oh boy. Oh god. I don't know how it's still running. Nice interior though. All right, let's go back into automation and see if we can't build something a little crazier. All right, automation. What up, Fetal? How's it going? Def Max. All right, let's design a new car. All right, so we've done truck, we've done crawler. Let's design something a little different. I'm gonna go with like maximum year. What should we build though? What kind of car should we build, guys? Let's get rid of the vans, get rid of the trucks, the Jeeps. Let's get rid of wagons. We don't want those. We'll keep the sedans. Let's get rid of the hatchbacks as well. Sedans or coupes? What do we want to build? what about this? What about something like this? Little Corvette action. Slash Camaro slash, I don't know. Kind of looks all the same after a while. All right, let's go with that. Let's go with aluminum. It'll be space frame. Um, I think like when it comes down to it, like a semi-space frame is like the lightest we can go. Definitely going to be a front longitudinal. Let's go with a double wishbone. Double wishbone. Oops. Nope. Don't want that. We want a new engine. All right. What kind of engine should we put in this? Oh, you guys are wanting the wagons, huh? I was thinking like sports car. We could do like an inline 6-cylinder, or maybe go for a boxer. I want to go with like a boxer 6-cylinder. Keep the weight real nice and low. Let's go with aluminum block. That's a 3-liter, which probably isn't too far off. I kind of want to go with like a 4-liter. Which would be a big 3-cylinder, or big 6-cylinder, but let's do like a 4-liter with dual overhead cam, obviously. 4 valves, aluminum. The crank's going to be a billet steel crank. Con rods are going to be forged, or no, titanium. Let's go with titanium con rods. I want to see how much power we can get out of this 6-cylinder. Let's see. Pistons. I mean, we're going to be revving pretty high, so I don't know if I should go with, like, light forged. We'll see. We'll go with light forged first. It's a boxer, so we shouldn't need a harmonic dampener. Let's start with a 9-to-1. Cam profile, let's crank that up. It is going to be a rever, so probably want decently stiff springs. Variable valve timing, variable valve lift. We'll crank the VVL all the way up to 100. Variable valve will come in at... Let's go with... actually, variable valve lift. I don't really want that. Go away. Let's stick with a decent cam. Nothing too crazy. This thing should be able to rev pretty well, so I'm going to put the red line on this thing at like 8,000 and see what happens. It probably won't rev that high, but at least give us an idea. It's going to be charged. It's going to be a twin turbo. Actually, twin turbo would allow us to have similar amounts of boost, but at a smaller turbo, which spools faster. Yeah, let's go with the twin turbo. Boost control's fine. Ball bearing turbo is fine. How much boost we planned on running? Let's go with trying to make 20 pounds of boost. Seems pretty safe. Probably a little higher than most people would run on a standard car. It's going to be fuel injection. It's going to be probably multi-point EFI. Single throttle body with, let's go with a... Alright, that should be fine. Let's set this to run on regular. Should be good. Headers wise, this probably would be running a turbo mid header. Should be fine. It is twin turbo, so twin or dual exhaust sounds about right. Exhaust size, we want this to be about 3 inches. No catalytic. Actually, this is going to be a production car, so we would want a high flow 3-way. And then we'll have like a straight through muffler. All right, so right at the gate, I mean, it's not blowing up, but it is knocking a little bit, which kind of expected. So let's go back and try to tune the knock out of it. Probably increase the fuel. Let's try to help get rid of the knocking. Alright. I think that's about as good as we're going to get there. Still knocking a little bit, so might have to reduce our boost. I mean, this is a terrible map. We didn't blow it up either. And she's still on her horsepower kick up here at the top, so we could potentially rev this thing even longer. It is starting to roll over, though, so, yeah. We probably don't want to go over 8,200. But I would like to kick this back a notch. I'd like to bring this back here closer to 4,000 if we could. Okay, I think we've gotten rid of the knock. So 8.8 to 1. Now we just got to figure out how we can get this back a little bit. Probably could reduce the springs a little bit. Okay, that seems to be fine. Got 20.5 pounds of boosts. Our compressor, intercooler, headers, all that is definitely struggling. So let's increase our intercooler first. Let's go back. Also need to increase intake manifold by a little bit. Okay. Headers can be a little bit bigger as well. Even though I don't know if we're going to get much out of the headers. Just due to the fact that it is going into a turbo. Like, it wants the headers to be massive. Okay. That should be fine. That is a ridiculously large header. Now we just got to get the exhaust can be a little bit bigger, apparently. Okay, there we go. A little bit more. Now we just got to get the compressor figured out. Let's go back to the turbo. Now, we're running pretty high boost. But, I mean, we've maxed out our turbine size for the most part. So we can actually reduce the turbine a little bit. Which ought to help bring us back into a little bit easier spooling. Okay. That should be fine. And then we are kind of maxing out our compressor, but I really don't want to increase the compressor size too much here. Because again, that's going to push us back towards the higher end of things. I think we just deal with the fact that the compressor is going to be stressing a little bit here. But we've got our spool time right to basically where we want it, 4,000-ish. Like, we're starting to spool up a little bit earlier than 4,000. And then we can rev it out to the moon, essentially. So not too bad there. Is there anything else? I really don't think there is. I think we've pretty much covered everything at this point. Not a bad looking engine. Valve cover. Let's go with like the painted. Oh, that's the wrong thing I was looking at. I didn't want that. I lied. Let's go with this paint. There we go. I was actually wanting to paint the intake. There we go. God, it looks terrible, doesn't it? Let's go with that. Fair enough. All right. Other than that, I think that's our engine setup. Now, will it fit in the car? I think it will. Let's listen to it. Woo, she's sounding pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, when that turbo spools up, when the turbos get going, she sounds real good. I'm happy with that. That is a 4-liter boxer 6-cylinder making 838 horsepower and 662 pound-feet of torque. This thing going to be a rocket ship. All right, let's go. Let's figure out what we want to do with this. Now, it's obviously going to be rear-wheel drive, right? So let's go ahead and try to like get a little bit more area for tires at the back. Front's probably okay. Let's pull that down a little bit. Let's do something like that. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and change the rims. This is going to be a modern car, so let's go with something relatively modern. Some just good old-fashioned spokes. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, just some good old-fashioned spokes. All right. Now we got to come up with the headlights. The front, I feel like this thing's pretty sleek, so we want something pretty sleek. This would be kind of Corvette-esque. Problem is, I'm trying to find out. That there. She's not perfect by any stretch. And I don't have any idea how these headlights would actually work, considering they're like facing upward. So yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Don't think that's going to work. Huh. Go with more of a Lamborghini-esque headlight. I think the game's trying to kill me here. The hell are you doing, game? It's so hard to come up with like a light that works. Where it's got to be a better. I got a lot of different headlights too. What if we make them really wide? Hmm. It's definitely different, but it's not what I'm looking for. Where are there like nice headlights? Got some modular headlight housings here. That'd be like old school be what, Hawkeye? Got some McLaren-esque. Wonder what these McLaren ones would look like on here. That's not bad. Now, can we actually put the lights in there? Alright, so let's go with just a projector. Wait. Delete. I think I want to have that, but I want it to be the actual, like, lens over top of it. Where'd it go? Wait, was this not what we used? Go back. Is that not what we used? This must have been it. Yes. Yes! It's the... Actually, hello? Let's see what we can do with these. Let's see what we can do with these. Hmm. I feel like it's got to be further out here. Well, it just does not want me to have it, does it? Okay. Alright, so we've done the housing. Now we just got to do all the other stuff, right? So... these were part of this one. Infill blocks. I think that's what we're looking for. So let's do... See, this is the problem with trying to do these, like, fancy headlights. It doesn't work. I've tried it so many friggin' times. I can't get them to work, because you end up with everything all over each other. Alright, let's just cheat. Go with something else. There's gotta be a decent looking headlight. Do something like this. Problem is, they end up, like, not facing correct direction. I will figure out a light that works. One way or another. Question is, do we go there or do we go up? Hmm. It's so hard. Need a bigger exhaust? I mean, I don't think we did. I think we adjusted it to what the game needed. Didn't I? I don't know. We'll check everything once we're done designing. It's so hard though. I hate designing. I hate this part of it. I know I said that already, but I legitimately hate this part because I suck at it. I don't like it. Don't like it. Wish there was a way for me to just like click a button at this point and be like, "Yep, I'm done. You just design the car for me." Just random, kind of like Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where the AI will auto build their own. What about something like this? Like everybody's expecting like ridiculously big headlights, and then you come in with these like full on like modern like LED strips. That'll throw everybody off, right? There just isn't a shape that fits the way I want. Like, this is the closest shape, but if I try to put this shape up here, then it ends up all fucked up. Like, they end up pointing to the sky rather than pointing forward. See what I mean? I want them to point forward. But I feel like the only way we're going to get that is by just like coming up with our own thing. Click that. Let's go 3D, please. Yeah, you can see how that becomes a problem. Damn it, game! Okay, well that's close. At least they're pointing in the right direction. Alright, let's bring that forward. Whoops. Okay, let's bring that in just a little bit. Let's get rid of that. Just go back to this. Okay, I can live with that. I can kind of live with that. Can we make them a little bit taller? Clearly not that tall. Rotate. It's so hard. It's so hard to get them to like face the way I want. Looks like a sad car now. I don't like sad cars. Alright, that's close. If we can find another light that's kind of like that, that actually faces forward, that'd be great. Let's try this. Are you going to face forward? You do. Okay. Now we're talking. Can you turn with me here? If I move you out a little bit, you're not going to get angry with me? Okay. Getting Ferrari vibes all of a sudden. Looks a little bit more aggressive. All right, let's continue and try to like throw a grill in this thing and see what we want to do for a grill. Figure this would be like a bottom grill sort of deal. Nice and wide. There we go. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I believe this has a like an indicator built in, right? I guess it might not, so we might want to throw an indicator in there. I definitely want some fog lights on this somewhere as well, so let's go with indicator. Help if I choose the indicator, wouldn't it? Hmm. It's like an indicator that's got like a vent built in. I don't hate it. Just wish I could make it a little bit bigger. That's what she said, right? Let's do something like that. I mean, otherwise, we could, instead of having it there, we could bring it down along the sides of this. Hmm. I don't know. There's got to be a better way to do an indicator. It's got to be something better. It's not it. I mean, we could do something like this, where we kind of wrap. Bring this forward. There we go. Something like that. A little bit longer. Okay. A little bit longer. Alright, I think I can get away with that. Kind of integrates it into the headlight housing. Ish. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I know it kind of sticks out here on the side. Move it in just a little bit, I suppose. There we go. All right. Fog lights. Fog lights it is. Let's see what we can do for fog lights. That's like the rally cluster. We're not looking for that. It's got to be like just a generic looking like round fog light. What do we got in here? Let's put it something like that. I think we can get away with that. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, but in CAD, you get to design everything with like a 3D model that you get to make cutouts and all that. This is a lot harder, I think, than probably CAD. Because you got specific parts to deal with. You know what I mean? Like you got to try to make something work out of the parts that you're given rather than just being able to straight up design things. Because in CAD, I'd be able to be like, okay, well, here's my body line, so let's make a headlight that fits in this area here. Whereas here, I kind of have to make do with what I got. All right. Well, I think we're good there. We've got fog lights. We've got our headlights. We got our turn signals. I would like a lip of some sort. This is rear diffusers. We don't want that. Don't want anything crazy. Can we get away with... Oh, no. Undo? Thank you. Never mind. Let's go back to lips. Something like that. This is not conforming to the car. God bless America. Okay. Let's go with that. It's a little bit wonky out here on the edges. Never mind. I quit. I don't want it. Alright. I feel like we would need a vent here on the sides, though. Is there, like, any sort of vents that would work here? Let's bring that up. Alright. Now, if we pull this forward... That's not too bad. And then can we move these right there and then bring them forward? There we go. I can live with that. That's not bad at all. Beautiful. All right, let's get on side mirrors. Side mirrors. We need a streamlined mirror for sure, so nothing too crazy. I feel like a car like this would have an indicator in the mirror. Let's try. I feel like something like that might actually work. There we go. Yeah, I think it fits the car pretty well. All right, wipers. Oh man. Delete. All right, that's off to... Let's make it 3D. Move. Boy, it just does not want to cooperate. There we go. Rotate it up. This game does not like putting in windshield wipers at all. Like, it wants to snap to the center of the car. And then it doesn't want to listen to me when I want it to be somewhere other than the center of the car. Alright, and if we clone in place, do something like that. This one should be a longer. That's close enough. Like I said, wipers in this game are awful. Awful! That's why I usually end up just going for like a single wiper. That should work. Alright. Door handles. Somebody's gonna go back in and like look and see how many times I said that should work in this stream. What kind of door handles should this thing have? I feel like something like this would probably be okay. Right. Antenna. It would definitely have like a modern antenna. Something like that. Gas cap. I feel like it would be something like this. Now I gotta come up with a freaking design for the rear. Oh god. Could just steal from Dodge for the rear. Doesn't quite fit, does it? I mean, it's not that far off. of fitting. But it really doesn't want to. Could be worse. Super simple. I'll take it. I'll take it. License plate. Figure for something like this, it would be something like this, maybe. Obviously, we're going to bring this one forward. Actually, is there one? Is there a cutout like that except without the license plate already in it? I think there is. We go to body molding. Yes. Yes, this is what I'm after. Let's go with this. Oh wait, that's like a scoop. That ain't what I'm after at all. I lied. That is not what I'm after. This would be more like what I'm after. Is it like peeking through? It is. God dang it. Oh, I need to bring this one forward as well. That's why. That's why. And then this can be stretched a little bit. Bring that one forward a little bit further. Yeah. It passes the eye test, I think. Move that. Slide her down a little bit. All right. Now, can we put our license plate in there? You look absolutely massive on the end of this car. That'll work. I can live with that. Alright, so now what do we do with the rest of this rear monstrosity? I feel like we've got the brake lights, we've got the reverse lights, the indicators, the thing. We need an exhaust. So I figure that's something we need to be looking at. How do we want to do the exhaust? If we put this there, and then we drag it over and mirror, that is the wrong. Oh, those stick out way too much. That's better. That's better. Only thing is they didn't attach because the engine and stuff's not in. Why is the engine and stuff not in? It's because we haven't done the drivetrain and all that yet. Alright, so this will be a rear-wheel drive car. And they did attach, so the exhaust is officially attached. Probably a dual clutch. 6-speed seems about right. This thing would be fully capable of doing like 200 probably. No problem. Let's set it for 220. Set it for 220 and see what happens. Differential, I mean, it would be an electric limited slip. Definitely on radial. Sports compound. The rear we would definitely want as wide of a tire as possible, so let's go with that. That's a 325 in the rear. 235 in the front. It's probably okay. It's a 21-inch wheel. I mean, that seems a bit excessive. Let's go with a 20-inch wheel. Um, 28.5-inch. It would be an alloy. It's probably would be a vented disc. I mean, you could probably make an argument for the carbon ceramic disc, but a 4-piston 17-inch disc should be plenty. And then in the back, we would also have vented disc. This would be a 2-piston. Pad type would be a little bit on the aggressive side, so let's go up to like 70. Under tray, this would probably have at least a sport under tray. We're not going to have active aero. How's the cooling going? How much cooling do we need? So we need 762 cooling. We currently have 762 cooling. I'm going to actually raise that up a little bit, give us a little bit more cooling. And then in terms of brakes, let's give ourselves some decent brake cooling. All right, the engine is retarding ignition at full throttle to avoid knock. So we do have to go and adjust that. But before we do that, let's go ahead. This would be a 2-seater. Yeah, just a 2-seater. Probably be a luxury with a premium HUD. Let's go luxury HUD. Set it up for electric variable with electronic stability and launch control. Advanced 20s. Save weight wherever possible. We'll check and see what our weight distribution is after the fact, but probably want to throw it towards the rear. Springs, we should probably have active sport with semi-active set up for sport. All right, let's go back to the engine and try to figure this out. So it says that it is retarding the ignition at high, whoops, under wide open throttle to avoid knock. One way we could get around that would be to simply go with a higher fuel. So if we go with 95 octane premium fuel, we get around that. Other than that, I think that pretty much everything is ready to go, except for the brakes. So again, it's saying that the brake force is too high. Front brake force is very high compared to the grip. So consider decreasing the front brake size or pad type. So I guess we could just reduce the pad type. Rear brake force is still pretty high, so we could just reduce the rear brake force. Okay. Other than that, I think pretty much everything is as it should be. Just double check real quick. So we've got it spooling up just like around the 4,200 mark. It's making decent power. Nothing crazy. 865 horsepower with 681 pound-feet of torque. From a flow standpoint, everything else is fine. Exhaust could be a little bit bigger, but really doesn't need to be. So we'll go with 3.5-inch exhaust. Remember, it is a dual exhaust, so, and it's only a 6-cylinder. All right. I think that she's ready. What do we call this thing? No wipers? I put wipers on it. Yeah, I put the wipers on it. Or are you saying I should just take the wipers off because they look like ass? Yeah, I mean, considering what we got, I mean, I like the way the front ended up coming out. I'm not 100% sold on these fog lights, though, to be perfectly honest. But I don't know if we have, like, a better fog light for this particular application. Yeah. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I just don't know what to call this thing. Have a good night, RC. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Still watching the stream on your tablet? I appreciate it. Yeah, I wish I could put an Ohio plate on it, but unfortunately, there's no Ohio plate. Even in the mod with the plates. Also, Luscious, sorry I missed out on seeing you in chat. Hopefully you're still around. It is hard for me, like, when I'm building and everything to, like, pay attention to chat, so I do apologize there. Lambo Dodge Supra? You're not wrong. It's the Lodge Opera. The Lodge Opera. The Dambo Opera. The damn bro. Oh, I like it actually. Damn bro Opera. Save the car. Confirm. Export. The damn bro Opera. Let's go. All right, let's test out this damn bro Opera. What up, Ladon? How's it going? Well, we just finished building a new sports car. All right. Exit. Swap over to BeamNG. I look forward to this thing. It's going to be a handful. Let's start out at the automation test track. And then we'll go from there. All right. Swap out to the damn bro Opera. We got the Borscht. There it is. Okay. It did actually connect correctly. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. I take it back. It doesn't sound great. All right, let's get her into drive. Oh, she doesn't handle the best. The electronic stability control is definitely working hard. Go, little turbos, go! $170 on the brakes. Oh God, we're dead. Reverse entry. I couldn't hold on to it. Well, I don't think it works quite as well as I was hoping. I'm gonna blame the electronic stability control. Let's put it into sport mode. Ouch. Oh, come on. Really? It's uphill. I could have held it. I got robbed. All right, what else can we do? If we take the let's refresh it real quick. All right, completely fresh. ESC is off. Okay, apparently the ESC was working overtime. It just does not like to hold any grip at the rear. Dude. Alright. I concede. Sport mode. Come on. Get her going. I'm dead. Dude, there is no grip on this thing at high speed. None. I think we need a spoiler, boys. I think we need a spoiler. She struggles at high speed. All right, I got an idea. Bear with me. Automation. It could be that the weight balance is off. We don't have an interior, which is making it struggle a little bit. And also, I put a lot of weight towards the back of the car because I thought that that would help with grip, but I didn't pay attention to what the weight distribution was at the end. The damn bro Upra. Can we go ahead and load that in, please? All right. Weight distribution, where are you at? It's 50-50 weight distribution, so I mean, technically, it should be perfect. It weighs just under 4,000 pounds. What was I gonna do? Oh, spoiler. Spoiler! Spoiler alert! Alright, let's see what we can do with a wing here. Surely there's a nice wing somewheres. Wings in this game are a bit iffy. See, what kind of wing would make sense with this? We could go full ridiculous mode. Put something like that on there. Sad part is I don't even hate it. I don't even hate it, man. Somebody quick stop me before I do something crazy. It kind of fits with the body too. Like, let's see what we can do here. If we go full 3D mode, doesn't quite fit, does it? Oh, just a little bit. Now, the real question is, can we change this to body color? I bet we can. Because I don't really care for the whole carbon fiber. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, folks. What do you guys think? Try a spoiler, like you said. It might need more downforce. Yeah, let's try something different. Let's try there's got to be something better. This is like a standard-ish spoiler. I don't necessarily hate it. Switch back to this, please. Let's go for a little bit wider. She's a big spoiler on the back. But I feel like that's something that would be bolted on after the fact. I don't feel like that looks stock. Let's try this one. What you got? I mean, this kind of looks like what you would get on a Dodge. A little bit higher, maybe, than it probably should be. So we could do something like... yeah, not sold on it. Come on, find me a good spoiler. Could go like full-on Subaru spoiler. It's like a double spoiler, actually. No. Nope. Oh, we didn't put a diffuser on this thing. We could have put a rear diffuser on. Forgot about that. I mean, there's a lot of spoilers here, but there aren't a lot of good spoilers. Let's try this. Oh, I have royally broken something. No. Nope. I'll be honest with you. Out of all of them, I'm going back towards this thing. I feel like this was actually not a terrible looking spoiler for this car. So I'm thinking we make it a little bit wider. Maybe just coming outside the edges of the windows. And then we tilt it 3D mode, tilt it forward a little bit. Bring it in. There we go. And again, I'm not sold on the whole carbon fiber aspect of everything, so I'm thinking we go with this part should be body color. And then we keep the like carbon fiber like support. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. All right. We said something about a rear diffuser, right? Like, what can we do in terms of rear diffusers? Okay, be in the lip. If we kind of have like a that sort of situation going on in the front, so maybe we can throw this on here. Let's go ahead and make it wider. Taller, please. And then these we can pull out and put them in here. Okay, let's actually get rid of that. Let's go back to this, grab this. Let's mirror. There we go. Fair. And then we just bring in a little bit so that it's not sticking out like crazy. There we have it. Much better. I like it a lot better now. I ain't gonna lie. I like it a lot better. All right. Well, we will call this the Dambra Upra Sport. It's got the rear diffuser. It's got different tip, even though it's very similar. It's got the spoiler on the back. There we go. All right, save it, confirm, export. What up, Drowge? How's it going? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the only one that really matches the back side or shape of the body at all. So I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, this thing doesn't look that bad. Like the front came together eventually. May have taken me a moment, but it came together and looks halfway decent. The rear surprisingly doesn't look all that dodgy. I mean, it is Dodge, obviously, but I mean, the rear diffuser really, the spoiler and the rear diffuser really set the back of this car off. So I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's go ahead and export it. What up, Kat? How's it going? But we are friends on Steam, and I really don't recognize your voice or anything. Do we know each other? Are we actually friends on Steam? I'm not 100% sure. There's only a couple of people that I'm friends with on Steam. You're Fat Paul's FBI? Yeah, I don't know you then. I'll be honest. I don't know you. Did I export it? I think just make sure we export it here. I think I exported it, but it's hard to tell. Things get weird sometimes. But yeah, I mean, in terms of friends, I don't even know. Okay, if we go here, view friends list. Yeah, you're not in my friends. I only have 2 people online, and well, I guess I do. And you would have to be stung. Are you playing games with me? You'd have to be stung. Because there's only like a couple of people that I've added on friends list on Steam. So I don't know if you have gotten into his account and changed your name or what, or if you're stung just playing a prank, but you're definitely not somebody that I would normally add. This is your own account? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's only the only other person that should be in my my thing should be Get Stung. So yeah, I don't know how we ended up as friends then. All right, let's try the automation test track again. And then we'll bring up the new and improved Dambro Upra Sport model. What up, Manny? How's it going? Appreciate you dropping in. All right, where are you at? The Dambro Upra Sport. All right, we're gonna go with sport mode. I still don't think it's going to have much in terms of grip when we get towards that really... Oh, God. Yeah, it just does not turn. It just flat out does not turn. Alright. Well, we've done that. Let's go, change map. Car jump arena. Let's go. It honestly comes over to BeamNG looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. Alright, here we go. Can she fly? We have liftoff. Damn, we almost cleared the entire ramp. And now we drive in the banana boat. Still runs, though. Oh, never mind. All right. Well, she flies. What else? What else can we do here? I guess we could. Come to think of it. Hold on. Let's get back out of that. Let's go home. Oh, we definitely broke something. There goes our spoiler. Dude, the scraping noise. Let's get out of the sand real quick. And then we'll set our home. I want to see how far up the hill we can get with this thing. Alright. Manage. Set home. Manage. Go home. Dude, are we gonna make it all the way up? Easily. Alright, well, I didn't see that coming. Alright. Alright, no electronic stability control. And let's just go up until we lose traction. I mean, we did pretty well considering. Just hold the pedal down. It'll be fine. Keep going up. Well, I think we got as far up as we could without ESC. So you can see how much the computer makes a difference when it comes to controlling a car that's got no traction at all. Like, anytime this car wants to, it just breaks the rear tires loose. Like, even going downhill at 120 miles an hour, it does not hook up at all. But she doesn't have any trouble doing donuts. All right, well, I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. We built some pretty sick cars tonight. I'm really excited. I'm really happy with how this one looks in particular. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.